Welcome everyone. We are from the University of Colombo Leo Club. As you already know, we are the official newsletter, Our Essence of the University of Colombo Leo Club, and we are conducting this talk show series, which is Detect and Correct, where we will be talking mostly about important and debatable aspects in the current context. And the special thing about this video series is that we are publishing this video through the YouTube, as well as the written article will be published in the official newsletter. So we are going to start the 7th episode of Detect and Correct. So talking about the topic today, when we are talking about humans and emotions, these are very interrelated topics at words. So some people might say that I'm not an emotional person. Some might say that I'm an extremely emotional person. But every single person has emotions, and they are dealing with their own emotions and other people's emotion in different ways. So when it comes to these emotions, we have heard this word emotional intelligence, or EQ, but it's not most usually used like the word IQ. So we are going to talk about this EQ, emotional intelligence, today. So in conversation today about this topic, we have Mr. Asanka Bulatwatta, senior lecturer and postgraduate coordination at Department of Psychology in the Faculty of Arts at University of Peradeniya. So welcome to Detect and Correct, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Nilum. Thank you very much for your kind introduction.
So let's start the conversation by introducing yourself to us.
Yes, I'm Asanka Bulatwatta, and I'm a senior lecturer and currently work attached to Department of Psychology. And I'm having my PhD in related to actually the emotional intelligence. And I basically conducted my research upon role of emotional intelligence and how the university student can use this emotional intelligence in order to overcome traumatic experiences that they are facing with. I did cross-cultural comparison between Germany and Sri Lankan student sample. Then I found very fascinating results pertaining to the matter of traumatic experiences that they are facing with. So yes, and talking about my career, I joined to the University of Peradeniya in 2008 as an assistant lecturer. Then I went for my postgraduate studies in 2010 to Valencia, Spain. Then after completion of that, I went to Germany to conduct my PhD research project. And I'm still interested upon finding well-being among university students. There I'm searching certain emotional matters among university students. Most of the times it is not touchable area. And nowadays I'm thinking about combining emotional creativity along with the emotional intelligence and their well-being. Yes.
Okay, so moving on to the topic of the day, emotional intelligence. There are
Okay.
many different definitions about this emotional intelligence, which are said by well-known people. So, how would you, as someone who's studying on this topic, how would you define emotional intelligence?
Yeah, it's a good question again. So defining it would be really hard matter, but there are certain definitions came across certain researchers happen, and emotional intelligence relate to both emotions and the intelligence. This is the first point that we have to think about, and also it has different compartments like. Different areas that we have to identify. Sometimes it's like people consider it's like ability of that someone can have. Some people explain it it's like a social skills that people can own. Some people say like a certain awareness that we are having, certain management techniques that we are having. But in general, we can say that it's like our ability to understand our own emotions and ability to use our emotions in order to enhance other people's thoughts process, which means that you understand yourself, what is your emotions, and you understand what happening around me and what is the things around me, and how I can adapt according to it. And also you use certain strategy emotions as strategy to enhance other people's thoughts, which means that suppose that you are in a situation that you maybe in home environment, your parents wants you to make certain decisions, and then they also little bit maybe insist in you to come to their side or something like that. For instance, they thoroughly mentioned you have to do some science stream subject for your advanced level. Then you, in that situation, how you use your emotions to understand yourself, what comes to your mind. I'm really angry about my parents' decision and what they are doing to my life, and then you understand it, and but you don't use that particular emotions comes to you, but instead of that you flexibly adapt it to enhance that parents' thoughts. For instance, they have decided that you have to do biostream science stream subject, then you use strategically how I feel when you talk about this matter to me, and what should I do in my future, in my life. Then I don't want to go to that direction, but again I understand you. Therefore, like that, the people can come to win-win solution when they have the kind of emotional intelligence. That's why I told you, ability to understand your emotions and ability to use your emotions to enhance other people's thought process.
Okay, so when I was going through these materials, I saw that there's this commonly accepted thing that the emotional intelligence is commonly defined by 4 attributes, right?
Yes.
So, namely, they were self-management, self-awareness, social awareness, and relationship management. I think I'm right. So, as someone who's studying on this topic, how can you, you said that you are further analyzing this topic. So, how can you connect these attributes to a broader topic like emotional intelligence with the use of practical examples?
Definitely. So the theme, the factors that you mentioned, like self-management, self-control, and trust, like the people awareness of actually about the emotions. It has kind of uh, it came from the Mayer and colleagues study, like 2008. The Mayer and colleagues conduct study. Then they found this self-management, self-awareness. These factors that you mentioned are really important. For instance, self-management consists of self-control, trustworthiness, conscientiousness, adaptability to the environment, such kind of things. You ask specifically practical example. So people who are having self-management, maybe simply we can understand people who are having self-management, they can manage themselves. So when we go further, deeper about this, it's like this. For instance, sometimes you have to face a situation you are being blamed. Sometimes you in the office environment, or in maybe some environment in friendly situation, that situation that where you attend that people blame you without anything. So what will you do normally? You also start to fight with them, or you start to blame them. You start to uh, show which that other people expect from their reaction. But people who are in self-management might not understand the situation. Maybe they will keep silence, and they manage themselves, monitoring themselves. And also self-awareness, it's also have important characteristics such as emotional self-awareness and accurate self-assessment, self-confidence. These kind of things are really common people who have self-awareness. For instance, you are aware about yourself, and you are confident about yourself, and you can judge, you can accordingly judge your emotions. For instance, that how do you feel? The first example that I took, your parents wants to make certain decision, and then they want you to come to their direction. Then people who are in self-awareness maybe confidently aware what I need, what I should do, what I should react in this situation, or these kind of things. And social awareness also really important, as you told. It's like you are really empathic in such cases. For instance, you understand your parents' emotions, in a way that they feel. For instance, empathy and sympathy are really two different topics. Empathy is like you understand other people's problems according to their perspectives. Like you put your foot into their shoes, and then you see how it's feel to you, like, something like that. But sympathy is like when you see someone cry, you tend to cry with them. These kind of things. But people who are having self-awareness develops empathic qualities. Like if like you understand the same scenario that I took, that you understand your parents' emotions according to their perspective. If I were them, how should I feel? These kind of things are there. And maybe these qualities, like relationship management is the last one that Maya and colleagues mentioned. Relationship management, people tend to develop other people. For instance, if you have a friend circle, if you have relationship management skills, you are really a very well recognized friend among other people, and you are really listening to other people's problems. Then you remember other people's special days, special things, and you tend to surprise them. And these kind of qualities people are having, or are having the relationship management skills. When we have these kind of qualities, it's really important for us to manage our social life as well. For instance, self-management, awareness, social awareness, and relationship management. These are really important qualities that we have to maintain in the social context.
Okay. So moving on to the next question, it's actually a very practical question because we see in the current context and in the society that people, the smartest people, are not probably the most successful or the most fulfilled people in their lives. And also we see tons of examples where people who are academically brilliant and yet they are socially inept or unsuccessful at work or at their personal relationships. So
Yes.
this intellectual ability or this EQ, does it have a direct impact with EQ, IQ and EQ? Is it directly connected?
I can't say exact answer for it. It's a contradictory matter, because EQ and IQ totally different. Cognitive intelligence is represented by the IQ. Emotional quotient or emotional intelligence represented by the EQ. Therefore, people who are having IQ might not be at all having kind of higher emotional intelligence. Therefore, it should be actually it's a good topic for researchers to conduct certain research. For instance, you have seen many academically qualified people might not really aware of flexibly adapt to the student request or something like that. Therefore, IQ is very high. They then emotionally how they can adapt, and also it's sometimes situationally adapt. For instance, if we don't flexibly balance the EQ with IQ, it might be a problem for the people. For instance, IQ is matter for the career success for many people. Maybe the EQ is not that important for certain careers. Therefore, but the thing is, if the people are not really aware about that EQ, their career success will be there from the perspective people expect, but from the perspective that people perceive, the career success might not really that successful in such occasions. For instance, health sector. We can see among doctors, nurses, there are many researches happen related to the emotional quotient, emotional intelligence among the people, because patient care and also the health psychological matters really emphasize how the people need certain emotional treatment, like emotional awareness from the health workers. It's not there most of the cases, specifically when they break in the bad news, like people who have chronic illnesses. Maybe the physicians directly tell it to the patients without any consideration, take into consideration about that the emotional damage that can be happen to the patients. Therefore, the people are in real settings, people don't flexibly match balance this IQ with EQ. Therefore, we have to practice it. So IQ also you can practice with certain exercises, and cognitively you can develop it. But there is kind of biological disposition factors to determine IQ level of the people. But EQ also you can practice it. You can practice it a lot with the social real settings. It will be really helpful for you to develop it further. like emotional self-efficacy is really important in this case. Like how you really behave, you really perceive other people's emotions, to ability to recognize then also utilize your emotions in emotional information. It's really important. For instance, I would take practical example since it's a little bit deep, like a complicated matter to explain. For instance, suppose that you as maybe a doctor now try to deliver like like tell some patient that that patient is having kind of life-threatening illness. Then so people who have an IQ might believe that okay, we have to communicate it because he should know about this and everything. But people with EQ might flexibly adapt that news delivery. So there are certain ways that you can overcome this is the case, but still we are trying to give you a chance to give hopes or something like that. And you have a social support system here, don't worry about it, and there are many people who overcame this kind of problems, therefore you don't need to worry about that matter. And most of the times we have to recognize the people, the emotional level, emotional competencies beforehand we deliver certain messages to the people. This is very important. That's why recognition process and also the utilizing the emotional learning information when we deliver, it's really essential in case that we deliver such kind of message. When you talk in personal environment, family environment, relationship situations, you have to understand first the emotional situation, emotional environment. Then you have to utilize your emotional learning information delivering method adapting to that particular nature of the situation. Therefore, people who have an IQ directly might tell it because they are rationalize it. But people who have an EQ flexibly adapt the delivering method and utilizing the informations according to the situation. Therefore, IQ and EQ, two different concepts, but people who are flexibly blending up the concept might really successful in their life.
Okay, so what is the key effect that emotional intelligence can have on our lives? How can we utilize such effect to achieve a better future for ourselves?
Very good question again. Uh, mm, it can be influenced many people's life, student life, employees life, employees life, and general conditions among the people, general public's life. For instance, student life, like if you are a university student, you might know about how the situations are challenging nowadays to you. You are maybe isolated from the society. It's not general student environment that you expected when you entered to the university. Now totally everything has been changed. Therefore, every times you have to use this your emotional intelligence beforehand. You make certain decisions, taking certain actions to about your life, and also your mental well-being, physical well-being, and psychosomatic well-being should be readapted towards with using emotional intelligence. For instance, when you feel certain sometimes really sorrowful things that you are, since you are isolated now as a university student, therefore you have to open up yourself a little bit with open conversation with friends, with WhatsApp or Facebook or some any other social media. You have to change a little bit your reactions, not in the same way that you used before. You have to discuss openly about your problems, and also when it comes to family settings, work family conflict can be solved actually using the emotional intelligence. Most of the people bring up their family problems to the work setting problems to the family setting. It's like it's spillover effect. They don't emotionally use them appropriate to the situations, because they mix up all the emotions, and they tend to bring them to the different settings without matching into the contextual wise. Employers and employees also can be use emotional intelligence in order to for instance, that four concepts that you asked me to explain, like self-management, social awareness, these kind of qualities, they can use because understanding people, it's really essential nowadays, because people are having different problems depending on the situations. Nowadays we are having pandemic situation. Now we have to understand all the emotions that can be arised due to this pandemic situation. Therefore, people should understand what are the consequences, what are the possible effects, these kind of things, and then they have to understand and affirm the diversity of the people. Everything should be there. Therefore, as students, as employees, and in family environment, in the family environment, people can use their emotional intelligence in different ways. Think about the meaning of the emotional intelligence, general meaning: ability to understand your emotions and ability to use emotions to enhance other people's thoughts. This is very important to remind. This is not worthy actually, because every times people who are in higher levels of EQ tend to understand themselves, tend to understand other people around them. Therefore, every time think, as student, employee, and general population, the member of general population, you can use emotional intelligence appropriately. It is very important.
So if we consider ourselves to contain that we have lack of emotional intelligence, as if I think that I don't have emotional intelligence enough, how can a person achieve that skill? Is it achievable? And can it be learned and taught? How can we apply our knowledge on EQ in a day-to-day life success? This is the final
Definitely.
question for you.
Yeah, yes. I appreciate it because it can be taught. I believe it because when you use certain psychological skills, interpersonal communication skills, definitely emotional intelligence is one part that we touched upon. For instance, if you learn to communicate effectively with someone else, what will you do normally? Relu? Yeah, you tend to deliver, send some message to the receiver. You are the sender. But if we apply some psychological qualities like active listening, head nodding, and kind of paraphrasing, and eye contact, and like emphasizing some important point in terms of paraphrasing, these are really important for other people to understand that you listen to that person. Then it also one part of the developing your emotional engagement with someone else, because you not partially listen to someone else, you actively listen to someone else. Then you try to understand, you empathize, and you are become good empathizer. I think you can develop these skills, but gradually, not at once. What you can do is practicing some kind of mindfulness techniques, and there are different psychological techniques that you can change yourselves. Then you are really aware about other people when you practice such kind of skills to your life. And also there are many readings that you can get knowledge about emotional intelligence. Then you can read these kind of reading materials, but I'm not telling that you with the knowledge of the reading materials that you can change yourself. But the thing is, you have to start practice. And sometimes that be a hardship training also really in a good example. When you have so many emotional troubles, sorrowful situation in your life, some people not anymore get irritated by such kind of events. Some people are really wondering why this person is really hard, and they are not really suffering from this situation. But the thing is, people have huge resilience capacity. We also a resilience nation. We have had certain troubles in our life, tsunami, and there are many the East attack, and there are many things. But people didn't believe that we will raise up. Then what we're doing it. Therefore, what we have to do is resilience capacity, bounce back capacity from the damages. Also, strong yourself for a lot. Therefore, you have to face the challenge situations at the same time practice them. It's really important. Don't try to avoid certain emotional laden situation. You have to face them. You have to practice. You have to strengthen yourself and open talking with the people. In case that you have serious trouble, try to get consultation from professional or very assured friend. This is very important for you to develop your emotional qualities in your life.
Okay, so Thank you so much, sir, for the insight that you shared today. If you have anything else to add on this topic, you can do it now.
Actually, I appreciate your attempt, and because people you started to talk about like kind of debatable, and sometimes the emotions up to certain stages in psychology even like ignore child, like a spoiled child, not is not spoiled, like they ignore the place that where we can put emotions. Most of the times people give chance for the cognitive capacities. First of all the behavior, then the cognition came into the middle, then the emotions came. Nowadays we need it because people understand the value of the emotional intelligence that we have to we can adapt to the situation. Therefore I can tell, as you ask at the end, how we can develop our emotional intelligence, it should be the point that we have focal point that we have to address upon. We have to practice it. Gradually you will develop yourself a lot. And EQ is a matter that sometimes people might think that developing EQ leads you to have kind of sentimental life. It is not the case. You might develop your life. You might develop your life well-being with using emotional intelligence. That's what I can tell at the end. Thank you so much for include me in this conversation, and if you need any help in future also, I am really happy to help you.
Yeah, so thank you so much once again on behalf of the entire Leo Club of University of Colombo. Like you said, emotions and humans are always connected, and we can't say that no, we are not emotional. So thank you for letting us know that not only our emotions but the other people's emotions are important as much. And yeah, thank you again for your it was a very interesting conversation. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you so much, and good luck with your ventures. Okay.